Is that better?
What's up? That's better.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, Andrew, I've been following you on my other account since you've been started TikTok, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Nah, man, the old early
Listen,
days. Like I'm talking about 3 or 4 years ago.
oh geez, man. Thanks. I'm sorry if there was talking over. That's not what I was trying to do. I think it was just my fault for having a delay. So
You good?
I apologize for any fucking confusion or any of that shit.
Yeah, I know you're in the mood.
I'll
Like,
tell
you
you
sound
this.
so much better, Andrew.
Superman.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, so
I'm reading
my
off
bad,
this.
guys. I was late to that first round, so I
So
didn't really have much to say.
Superman would destroy
no,
Goku.
no worries. So if I could go to what my original point was supposed to be for why I brought up, and listen, if you want to include Dragon Ball, OG Dragon Ball, you can. The reason why I bring up him going up in major fights, right? Frieza, Cell, Boo, Beerus, Frieza again, right? The Tournament of Power, Jiren, so on and so forth. What I'm trying to say is this, is that, well, Goku, and no one's saying Goku's a bad martial artist. I think anyone that would say that is a dumbass, right? I think we can all agree on that. But Goku does not utilize his martial arts to win fights. He utilizes power-ups. Okay, so when he fought Frieza, when he originally fought them, the way that he beat Frieza was he went Super Saiyan and he got more powerful to defeat him.
Anything that
It was
they do would be considered
it was
martial arts.
hold on. It was one sec. It wasn't him utilizing skill or technique. It was him using a power up. When he was fighting Vegeta the first time, the way that he got Vegeta beat before he went Ozaru is Kaioken. So again, power up, beam struggle. It's fine. When he fought against Cell, he couldn't defeat Cell, right? His level of skill was not enough to bridge the gap of Cell's powers. When he fought against Boo, his level of skill was not enough to bridge Boo's power. His level of skill was not enough to take down Beerus, right? There's a run-on thing. Every time he goes up against a major villain or entity, he has to get a power-up. Even with Ultra Instinct, which is a technique, something that, like, fucking Superman and Batman have instantly, but that, when Goku first utilized it, he had to transform to access that ability. So the reason why I'm bringing it up, and that's the reason why I'm saying it's relevant, is that characters like Superman, Batman, Black Panther, any of these characters from comics who are martial artists utilize their skill and technique to defeat people. When Superman was overwhelmed by the crime syndicate in America, you guys know who the crime syndicate is, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. He decided instead of just overpowering them, he would utilize his skill and to defeat him. He utilized pressure points in speed combat in order to take down Ultraman. Yeah. He also utilized body momentum and weight distribution to take out Superwoman. He used them against each other. So, like, again, Batman, another example. Batman, once there was a person from the microverse that was throwing hands with Superman. Batman was able to deal damage with him because he utilized his skill to overcome him, right? He didn't use a power-up. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is, again, not disregarding at all Goku's abilities, but the majority of Goku's big fights, all of it is tied to him getting a power-up or becoming more powerful or getting a transformation. He doesn't actually utilize his skill to outfight someone. He
Hold on, hold on. I got some points.
Let me ask you this: when he fought when he fought Frieza, right? How did he because we know Goku is a better fighter than Frieza, right?
Oh, yeah,
At least at that
100%.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. How did he defeat Frieza? Did he defeat him with a special form of technique or unique fighting style or anything? How did he defeat him?
Wait, what freeze we talking about? We talking about Resurrection
Yeah.
L?
He's talking about the one in Z.
First,
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
the one in Z?
What about Superman? Superman's
Oh my God.
strategic though when it comes to fights.
It's not.
that's fine. That's fine. So like all you proved was the fact that their powers just simply work differently in each other's verses. In Dragon Ball, if you were that much more powerful than somebody, it does not matter what you do, and this is actually literally shown. Goku can have all the martial arts mastery he wants. However, him simply not having that power amp is not going to help him at all whatsoever if he does not have enough. power to penetrate their little like fucking key shield thing. But they're just like, I don't have that. So
And
if
you
we're
know
going
what?
with that, these
You
power, hold on. These power ups
you're
may
right.
help him. However, he still absolutely uses this skill to beat these people once he gets these power ups. That's literally how we
No,
win.
you.
Not just get a
What
power up
I'm
and win.
equating is no. You're right, but this is the thing. This is what I'm trying to say. The skill or level of martial arts or level of skill is lesser in the Dragon Ball universe because they can't utilize this skill alone to close that gap. Supergirl
That's
is
blatantly wrong.
substantially hold on. Supergirl is substantially faster, stronger, more durable than Batman. Batman used his skill alone to defeat her. Whereas over in Dragon Ball, yes, they utilize their skill, but they need to power up and get stronger to do so. They
Okay,
can't.
hold on.
They can't. They can't close the gap on their skill alone.
Okay, so,
Okay,
yeah.
so what I was about to say was, okay, so
before
we're gonna.
Everybody goes real quick. Hold on. Before everybody goes with it, I gotta ask you a question, Andrew.
Yeah.
You know what like, okay, so you're saying that the skill is lower in Dragon Ball would be kind of cut in half when they told you that the higher levels of belts exist in Dragon Ball. You know what a Grandmaster is in the black belt?
Yeah, I'm a fifth degree black belt.
Yeah, so you know that the degrees of black belt is highly different comparison, right?
Because they have 30 more
Different
degrees.
comparison in what way?
You know,
There are 30 more degrees.
fourth degree
There's only
black
10.
He's saying there's 30 plus more degrees in Dragon Ball.
And what does that matter?
it's
Exactly.
Okay, hold on. So what I was about to say was,
literally imply that as in simple, like just one regular martial arts, there's a 37th level. Only one, and it's only one. So that would mean if there's a person that's a god of martial arts and Goku surpassed both these people, that would inherently mean he's always at a whole nother level of martial arts mastery. Like entirely. That would just blatantly mean that.
I wouldn't.
How wouldn't it?
I wasn't going to pull off of that. I'm just saying that there's degrees.
Hold on. Let's go back to the 30 degrees. Why is that 30 degrees important? How do you measure that?
Yep.
I was trying to say is the different degrees in black belt comes off with knowledge as well as how advanced that person is in that field, or let's just say taekwondo or something like that. It's the degrees are different. It's like you can't sit there and just magically be
That's
at
definitely
first.
not true.
So let me ask you this, right?
No,
Let me give you a real world analogy
Yeah, I'll
on
say
why I
fundamentally
think
that's wrong because you can be a black belt and not know how to fight if you do the katas properly.
let me give you an example on how you can fucking just throw that argument out. Okay, I'm a fifth degree.
All right,
black
guys,
belt.
I got ahead. I appreciate y'all letting me stay in here and listen.
Yeah, I'm a fifth degree black belt in American Kempo Karate, right? There are 10 degrees to black belt, right? I've chose not to pursue more degrees because to me, rank doesn't matter, right? Rank is just a number at that point. But if I decide to branch off and create my own style of martial arts, which multiple people have done before, Pasari, Fred Villari, Nick Serio, all the way down to Robert Nolte, Jim Bryant, and to me, right? If I decide to break off and do my own version of Kempo, if I say there's up to now 20 degrees of black belt, and on degree 11, 12, it's only like maybe 2 extra techniques, maybe 3 extra combination, maybe a form, right? I can bullshit the amount that I learned at those later levels. So unless you can quantify what each degree or layer of combat is, then there's like, I don't know if I can accept that because I could easily go out and create a martial arts and say, I have 15 degrees, because people have done that. There are people that have gone out that I've seen have created 15 degrees into black belt, like 15 degrees, a 15 degree black belt, right? And my teacher, who was an 8th degree, who could have been 10th, he decided not to, right? Because it's all vanity at that point. He was astronomically better than any of those people. So degrees into combat, what does that mean? If you can't measure it, if you can't tell me how much knowledge is in degree, what does that mean?
So you're telling me the first degree is about the same as the 10th degree?
No, what I'm saying is that if you are going to tell me that these degrees are important, why are they important? And when it comes down to martial arts, yes, there are black belts out there that are higher degrees that aren't necessarily that good. There are people that buy their black belts and they buy their rank and they do bullshit to do that. Or what's worse is they promote themselves, Or what's worse is they have their students promoted, which is very gringy and grimy. But let's just assume, for benefit of the doubt, in Dragon Ball, Goku's not promoting himself, right? Goku's not having his students or anyone promote himself. Let's just say Goku legitimately gets that 37th layer into fucking martial arts. Why is that better than anything that Superman or Batman or Black Panther has? Can you explain to me how that is better than Torkor Vo, which is Superman's Kryptonian martial arts?
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said, Dan, because he started saying something to me. But what I was sitting there saying is, and more of the simple fact is, you sit there saying that this world is more advanced in the situation. That means that the martial arts itself would be advanced.
What? Dragon Ball universe is more advanced than the DC universe?
Yeah, in the martial arts, yeah.
Why? How do you know that?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
I don't
Also,
know about that one.
Real quick, Dreamer, do you think Batman is better than Goku in martial arts? Can we at least agree on that one?
Nah, I don't like Batman, so I'm gonna instantly say no.
Okay, how about I do this? Do you think Damian Wayne's better at martial arts than Goku?
Don't do that. You know it.
Do you? Hold on, Dreamer. Do you think Damian Wayne, the son of the Bat, is a better fighter than Goku?
Or Dick Grayson?
True. He is the best fighter in fictional media. So the answer
That's
is
funny.
yes.
Okay, so Dreamer, what if Batman himself said that Superman in one comic he said Superman himself was a better fighter than him?
It would probably be a lie, or like he'd probably be being like really fucking humble or some shit. That's what
Probably.
he does all the time.
So in Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, he admits that he said, "I thought I was a master at the art of violence, but looks like I'm just a student," as he was watching Superman beat up people who are both faster and stronger than Superman himself.
All right, so real quick, Andrew.
Dreamer. So like, it doesn't actually matter, but like whatever.
Just to make sure I'm piggybacking correctly, you did say there's like, wait, what was your entire point, Dreamer? Like, just like sum it up real quick.
Yeah, I just want to hear the DC over or
Because like I'm gonna piggyback on this point real quick.
Oh, I was just saying that the advancement of it was more. That I mean,
Hold on, someone address my Batman thing.
Yeah, that's fine. So put on.
I told you.
It's not canon. Like,
Wait, hold on. So put on. I'll address your point, but first, Andrew, you said how you asked how is that better than the fucking Kryptonian martial arts?
Yeah. How do you know?
Yeah, so like as Dreamer like literally just said, having a 35th, not 35th, a 37 level martial arts in regular fucking martial arts alone in an OG Dragon Ball would inherently mean that any other style they would have, even though not stated at all whatsoever, we would just have to assume they probably do have these same things.
Why would I assume something if we know nothing about Kryptonian martial arts?
What do you mean? Why would you
Also-
assume? You're acting like they're going off on a whole entire different ideal. They're still going off of martial arts that we know of. As a
yeah,
matter of fact, Wait, hold on. I'm not even done.
Do you know what Torkor Vo or Torkor Rao does?
No.
Yes or no? Okay, so a master, a Torkor Vo or Torkor Vo, has the ability to not only be a master martial artist, they can enter a theta state, right? So they can actually transcend themselves multiple layers with their consciousness, as well as they can create a physical aspect of themselves on a kaiju level, like a Susanoo, similar to how Ichigo does it, right? So, yes, but listen, that is something, right, that Goku eventually learns how to do. That's something that Superman knows just from that martial arts, right? So if you're saying these 37 degrees of martial arts are so strong, and you can't even tell me what Torkor Vo or Torkor Rao does, which allows you a theta state as well as the ability to create a Susanoo, because you're that good at martial arts, how do you know that? You're just saying that because there is a number attached to it. But what if I told you that
I wasn't finished. This is why you don't insinuate things before cutting me off.
I don't think he's trying to speak over you. I think the problem is you're addressing a larger point by going into a sub-point that we don't agree with. So if we break down the numbers first of the 38th level degree, and we address that, then we can move into the end of the conversation.
No, we don't. Okay,
but it's never going to finish if you just jump past something contentious. Like,
No.
I'm trying to give you an example. Like, if I told you that, like, I know that there's a pink beach in the world because I took my private jet there, and everyone kept on asking me questions about my private jet, I would, it's just such a non-factor of an unbelievable metric to us that we're never going to get to that endpoint. So why don't we talk about that one first?
That wouldn't equate though. That literally doesn't equate.
It would just it's hard.
You can
just
attack
trying to
my knowledge
explain
if you
how the
want. It'd just
37
be
degrees
easier.
of martial arts somehow brings them to like this super level of martial arts.
Yeah, and like that's why I really want to dive into the
Wait, how wouldn't it?
because the
Wait,
38th degree wouldn't even apply to like a consistent level of martial arts prowess across other universes. It'd be 38
what's this
degrees
martial
of
arts called?
mastery in a specific metric. I can break down the fact. I can give you an issue directly where it's stated that Tim Drake, who's the worst martial artist in the Bat family, stated again in the newest Batman run that Tim Drake is the worst of the main four Robins, can take down 1,000 master of all martial artists at the same time. So that would, by the dictation of a 38th level martial artist, that would make Tim Drake an 1,000th level martial artist, and he sucks. So, like, if we're just going off the general perspective that this is the craziest thing ever, it's just not. So we can dive even deeper into it and say that Shiva creates 5 new martial arts styles per year, right? These are all mastered by not only Shiva, who's the leader of the League of Shadows, but then taught to the League of Assassins, who need to master all of those techniques, passed down from the League of Shadows to their kids. Batman copies them as well and passes them down to his kids, meaning that every year there's 5 new styles passed around the DC universe of Shiva's life, who's like 39, and she started doing it when she was 18. That alone would mean there's another 105 martial arts styles around the DC universe that these masters of martial arts would have extra degrees in, that the 30th style of Dragon Ball would mean nothing to. So you understand, like, the problem there.
W. Joy app. Let's go.
Yeah. Wait, so since we're gonna use that, so you said 1,000 being 1,000, 1,000 martial artists means you're at 1,000 level of mastery, right?
No, it means, well,
Not
you
what
can
he
go. I mean, that's such a crazy ass straw man for what I said. But no,
No,
I'm
it's
saying,
not, because that's blatantly what you said. If you didn't want to make me
okay,
you don't want me to
fun,
insinuate that, like yet
for
again,
fun,
you should be
because I don't feel like explaining why that wasn't what I said. Yeah, sure, that's what I said. Go ahead.
Two things. For one, this is why yet again you don't cut off things and then insinuate something about my entire point. For one, for two, I'm going to insinuate you said that because you went on an entire yap about it, and I forgot my entire argument now because you cut me off of my entire point. So now you're making sense.
Yeah, I did this annoying thing. I'm sorry. I have a tendency to, when I make a point, I use substance to extrapolate why my point's correct. I won't do that again. I'll just provide no evidence if you want. I know that's how you prefer to do things.
Random encounters.
Damn, Joy.
That was great.
Really want to ask? I really want to know. Off the brand question. Can Goku even die?
Yeah.
He's died twice.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Just asking.
Yeah, he died twice.
I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that because I didn't know. I don't watch him like that. Go ahead.
No, you good.
Yeah, I guess my whole point is I don't think degrees of mastery mean anything, and I think we can move.
That's funny.
But you can explain why you think a degree of mastery.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so having a 37 level in regular martial arts doesn't mean shit, and you're a regular human in OG Dragon Ball. So like that wouldn't mean anything, right?
Yes.
That wouldn't mean. Yeah. So how is that? How
I don't think it mean anything in DC standards.
How wouldn't that mean anything?
Sure, I can answer that one.
You should go ahead.
So, what's the name of this martial art?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't fucking know.
Wait, you don't know the name of the martial art?
Hell no. All I can
we have no idea what techniques are being taught in this martial art?
No. Why would that matter though?
So that we don't know what each degree of belt is being taught.
This is like, wait, huh?
So each degree, so in martial arts, whenever you get the next degree of black belt or whatever degree of martial art, typically means you learn something new, right? Yeah. So
get out my bag, you hooligan! Get out.
So if you don't even know what martial art we're talking about, how do you know what techniques he's learning?
Why would I need to know that if it's a blatant race value feat? Huh?
What?
You're just like, it matters because I say it does. Is your entire argument.
Can we go back to our original argument, bro, about like Dragon Ball characters using techniques and stuff like that, bro?
Yeah, no, I'm
because
get to
I had
that
a whole
because-
statement to say or something about.
Oh yeah, Jins, go ahead and say it.
We
Okay.
can't get to that because Arthur says that no matter what, 37 degrees is the most impressive thing in martial arts.
by the way,
Inherently, wait, Jim, go ahead, Jim.
I ain't even gonna lie. Just to say that you don't know none of the styles in Dragon Ball is kind of crazy.
I'm saying you can't answer anything other than there's 37 degrees.
I mean, even if you say you don't know the styles, you can literally just use Master Roshi. You even know his style?
Dreamer, I already used Master Roshi.
I don't think there are any specific martial arts
There's
styles.
not.
in Dragon Ball.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm
There's
saying.
multiple specific martial arts. Even Whis uses martial arts.
I'm just gonna say
Whis
Akira
has
Toriyama, God rest his
multiple martial
soul,
arts.
was not really good at conveying that.
That's exactly why it's
He just
unknown.
asked you for a style. He didn't ask you to name something in real life. He just named the style from Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's all I asked. Just name the martial arts style that Goku has 37 degrees in.
Yeah, yet again, I couldn't.
Does Goku have 37 degrees?
I don't know about the 37 degrees yet. I know Goku, they use real life martial arts.
What?
So wait.
Yes, Dragon Ball characters use real life martial arts.
Nah. Well, I mean, they use martial arts moves inspired by real life martial arts.
Yeah,
Any specific martial arts system in Dragon Ball, I don't think they do.
That's all.
I mean, if we're taking this shit at face value, I mean, Whis, his martial arts style is basically just Wing Chun.
It is.
Goku's martial arts style is inspired by a different form of kung fu, but like they don't really like use a specific style.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, that's why I'm saying you cannot name it.
I mean,
so then how can you substantiate that it's
You can
effective
still
in any
name
way?
it.
You can't name it. You can't name a single technique. You can't name its properties. You can't name the philosophy behind the martial arts, like how Wing Chun focuses specifically on fast and center side punches. Like you can't name any of that, but you're saying, oh, but there's 37 degrees, therefore it's super impressive.
Why would I need to name certain styles of it in order for it to be qualified as?
Do you think all martial arts are like?
Wait. So it's blatantly stated. It's blatantly stated he's at this mastery, right? And he proceeds to show that he is at this said mastery. He doesn't get fucking mollywopped by Goku, but he does still put up a good fight. Why would that not inherently mean he does have a good level? He does clearly have a good mastery of it.
No one said he didn't have a good mastery. Nobody said he didn't have a good mastery.
This is like getting shown a photo of Earth and just fucking denying it because you're not seeing planets. They're not seeing like fucking countries being named on it. It's horrible.
Wait, your
no
analogy
one said he's not good at martial arts.
example?
No one said that.
Wait, hold
Nobody
on.
said
This
he
is
wasn't
crazy,
good at martial arts.
because his analogy is saying because he can tell us there's 37 of something and we don't know what it is, we should still assume it's good.
Exactly.
And the analogy he used was showing us a picture of Earth, and because we can't see Earth, then we're saying Earth isn't there. Your actual analogy would be if you showed us a picture of a black screen and said, "Look, it's Earth." That's like the actual correct analogy there.
And the problem is like equating that these 37 degrees of martial arts. If someone was like, "Oh yeah, I have 37 degrees in fucking Tai Chi," and someone said that they had 37, someone said they had 20 degrees of straight mixed martial arts fighting, I'm going to put my money on the mixed martial arts guy, not the Tai Chi guy.
They have to demonstrate it. Yeah, they have to demonstrate that.
Exactly.
So they claim that they can demonstrate it.
Boom! You ran right into the point. Thank you.
But I know I didn't because I just said.
Degrees of martial arts means nothing. That has to be the demonstration.
So you just ignored what I said. No, I literally just said he did demonstrate that in the said fight. So you didn't listen, huh? As a matter of fact, wait, do you remember? Do you remember what episode it was in? Because I can't fucking remember, but I do know he did fight this person. Can you please look it up? I'm like,
I mean, I'm not gonna look up your point for you. But tell me what happened.
I don't know who this person is.
Yeah, there's a lot of I don't knows. You don't know the name of the martial art. You don't know the guy that Goku fought, but you're like trying to make these arguments. Like, what's happening right now?
I mean, I disagree with Andrew's point about how his technique was actually forcing him to keep up with Cell. You know, Cell was stronger.
I think
Cell wasn't going all. That's not a good point.
I mean, hold on, but no, that argument can be made for Goku a lot too.
No, he was going all out. No, Goku straight up said, "I was getting it all out."
Goku also can make that point since he does make himself weaker to fight on people's level.
But he didn't do that. He did not do that against Cell. Hold on. He didn't do that against Cell. He straight up said.
I didn't say he did it against skill. I said his skill was actually keeping him up with
I
him.
provided you guys a Superman example. That's like very easily to the point of what.
All I'm saying is,
Joy, I tried to bring up that even Batman said that Superman was a better martial artist than him.
We
Dark Knight
don't
Returns.
we don't need a statement because there's like something you can look at. So in oh no, I forget the issue. It's the one where Batman summons the mech in my least favorite issue of all time, where he uses magic for fun. Superman fights Owlman, who has constantly been the closest to Batman in martial arts prowess from alternate universes. They've standstills multiple times in terms of like martial arts techniques. Owlman as well has like constantly evolved and trained and gotten better every day. He has the same Batman statements. Superman went under a full room of red sunlight, turned it on intentionally, stated that it took him to an equal standing, and then fought a full multiverse of Batmans, including Owlman, under the red sun, and won.
Yeah, but the problem is, Joy, Arthas will tell you that Goku's better than Owlman.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I just have to accept it because that's all.
He's not an owl.
I just can't do it.
I mean, don't get mad.
No, he'll tell you that 37 degrees of an unknown martial art that he doesn't know the name of the techniques.
I ain't
is
gonna lie.
better
The only reason I kind of have a problem with this though is more the simple fact is this is like if you use like Jin Mori, you can instantly just say, "Oh, Superman's a better fighter than Jin Mori," but he also has statements and stuff like that.
No, you can't though.
No.
Like you just can't because
crazy.
Mori Jin has fought people who have like lifetimes of martial arts knowledge, lifetimes of martial arts practice.
It doesn't matter, Joy. They're not.
That wouldn't matter actually because
Mori has a built-in auto counter mechanic that works against everyone.
Hold on, Pinoy. Now you heard the point though, but that wouldn't matter if Goku's also fight people like that.
No, but it would matter because we are.
He's getting trained by someone who
why Mori Jin is so good.
Martial
We're
arts.
asking you to explain why Goku's so good. That's the whole thing.
Joy, hold on. Joy, you're not listening. You need someone who has 38 degrees, not 37.
Not doing that. I'm talking about what he's trying to jump on that situation. I'm talking about what Joy just said. Hold on.
It's just like
okay.
the way martial arts.
You just said you have people with lifetime. So if I'm sitting there training with Whis on a daily basis for 17 years, you're gonna tell me he doesn't have lifetime of Whis himself doesn't have lifetime of martial arts?
Whis is training him on fighting with his energy and controlling his ki, not on his martial arts.
He's also still training him. I mean, the whole point is what I'm saying is what he's saying is, oh, Jin Mori has fought people with lifetime martial arts.
But that's not all I said. I also said that Mori Jin.
Well, everybody started talking at the same time.
Mori Jin's opponents have statements about them being masters of all martial arts from like their first lifetimes. He has an auto counter barrier mechanic. He's clearly like the most skilled weaponry fighter in his series by the end of it. That's a hot take, in my opinion. And like in general, I just don't think it's a comparable argument to say, like, sure, we don't have to provide anything for Goku because we also wouldn't provide anything if we put Mori Jin.
Oh, I didn't say that.
No, but I mean, obviously,
I don't like
you
this
didn't say that
argument.
verbatim. I'm just like summarizing the point and why I think it's ignorant. Not to be.
I feel like we could make a better statement for Goku if we knew exactly what martial arts he was using, but he uses multiple.
But it's like honestly, it's just like Akira Toriyama wasn't good at
Akira never put that shit in the anime.
Because Goku uses multiple martial arts.
You know what martial arts he's
absolutely does
using.
that.
I wish I would stop saying that.
What do you, okay, please name them then.
So what's the martial arts? Because I know, but I like the thing is, I don't know the names of the martial arts, but I know he uses them.
That's my not. Yeah, he
I
does
don't know the
use
name
them.
of them
Yes,
because
he
I'm not,
actively uses
I'm
it,
not
but there are
into
no
martial
names.
arts like that. I don't know which ones he are using, but I know he's using them because I've seen them before.
Okay, so
I know a really easy way to do this. Hold on. I actually know a really easy way to do this. Because obviously this is hugely subjective, right?
Yeah,
this is nowhere near the same as like someone who can blow up a mountain versus someone who can blow up a car.
Name all of them.
So let's go through something a lot easier. How can any of you give a basis, not just for Superman, not just for Goku, anybody, a basis of how you're quantifying skill in martial arts? If we can establish that, then we can probably establish who wins.
I think if you show that you're proficient in fighting somebody who also uses martial arts, or if you just show that you're proficient in martial arts, or in that martial arts.
Yeah, but that doesn't really equate like the skill differential, which I think he's asking. The easiest way to summarize equal stats martial arts, in my opinion, is to break it down into categories and then summarize it together. So
That's exactly what I was about to say.
You
But I got the best answer.
I don't think we can do that with Goku.
Hold on. But I got the
hold on,
best answer though. The best
Hold
answer is if they can be Baki, they good. That's all I know.
Okay, bro. All right, nigga.
Yeah, but like,
So
right,
what
nigga.
Joy said is basically what I was going to say. A good way to break this down is
what the fuck?
actually going over and naming the different things they do in martial arts and actually quantifying that. So like for example, we can say, let's say Kung Fu Panda, right? Obviously, this is different, but it's like an example, right? In Kung Fu Panda, we learn that everyone has a different style of martial art and they specialize in certain things. So, for example, what's his name? Tai Lung. He had pretty comparable martial arts to the Five, right? But the biggest difference was that he knew pressure points and they didn't. And he knew pressure points really freaking well. So that would be something we could be like, okay, Tai Lung is better a martial artist than the Five because they have all the same information except he's better at pressure points. Does that make sense? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we can do that for Goku and Superman, then you can actually come up with a way of who's a better martial artist.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't think we can do that for Goku.
No, you can't.
okay, but
It's just because
even
martial arts
if you can't do knowledge, right? Like, let's just say maybe it's out there and you guys just don't know it, and I don't know it as well, and I really like Dragon Ball. I don't even know where the 37-degree statement comes from, to be honest. But in general,
I think that comes from OG.
Oh, I can send it to you. It's OG Dragon Ball. Yeah,
Is that OG Dragon Ball? I don't know. It's been a while. I've seen that before, bro.
Yeah, it's OG Dragon Ball.
Okay. But in general, my point was you can summarize and break down things because knowledge isn't the be all end all. It's also application.
Exactly.
And it's application and direct comparisons to somebody else. So if, for example, the best way you can apply application, for example, would be like Damian Wayne defeating Bane, who's bigger, stronger, and more durable than him, off of just martial arts.
What was good, George?
You can walk away from that and say, oh, Damian's a better martial artist because he beats someone so much bigger and stronger than him, right? So you can break down things in application that way, and then you can break down things via statement. I use the same example. It's stated that Bane is a master of all martial arts with 10 times the mental acuity of like mental notes based off his venom, right? So now you have a 10th degree intellect, master of all martial arts, and Damien's better than him, right? So you can do it in any of those three ways, and then it's up to just like a general consensus who wins, like any other thing. You don't have to get stuck in knowledge because the point's not working for you guys.
Well, let me ask this question: why do people just assume you can't get we've seen? I guess I'm about to call him Master Roshi use pressure points and stuff like that. We've seen people like Master Roshi and them use. What if you say you have?
Hold on. Let me talk about that. That's a good question because that's the point, right? Is if we're trying to list out all of their actual martial arts feats, right? Everything should always be about the feats. When we're talking about feats for AP, it's easy. We blow up a mountain. But yeah, the martial arts feats, if Goku hasn't been shown to do these martial art feats, and all you have is a vague, ambiguous 37-degree statement, then yeah.
But that's what I'm sitting here saying, though,
Superman.
That's what I'm saying. The fact that you didn't even know that Master Roshi is actually Goku has actually used pressure points before too. I don't understand why people.
I wasn't saying that specifically.
No, not you. I'm talking just the way they reacted as soon as I said Master Roshi is done.
Just for the sake,
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't remember Roshi ever doing
that. Beers has used pressure points.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. But like,
it is important to remember that pressure points are a non-factor in a fight against Superman.
That's also true.
It's also a non-factor to them because they can move their pressure points. That's the whole point.
We've seen that Superman has used pressure points.
But if you look about it with Superman and Goku, a person that has better martial arts than every last one of those two would have to be Batman. I'm just saying, respectfully.
Well, Superman is that's why I use that, and Batman stated himself that Superman at one point was better than him in martial arts. So.
I mean, this prompt isn't outrageous. I could get down with this prompt.
Just saying,
all I'm saying is if y'all sitting there saying I don't remember this part happening. If you say I don't remember this part happening or something like that, then how can you argue for the character?
I'm just saying.
So, but hold on. I want to get back to real quick to what we were saying earlier and how we're going to be measuring these martial arts. So it seems like everyone is saying there isn't as many instances of Goku having these martial arts moments compared to Superman.
Yeah, there wouldn't be if we're being honest with her. Like, dead ass. Like it.
But now
He's
he's fighting
traversing.
the
Mike
He's traversing.
Somebody must be on the highway
Yeah,
or something.
I think that was
like,
Andrew. Yeah.
Niggas on
on
I-95.
shit, like, I
Oh.
promise you, bro, he dead ass does still do this martial arts, like, in general, but with the way Dragon Ball is portrayed, we literally wouldn't be able to see it. Like, I'm so serious.
There we go.
We literally cannot
There we
see
go.
it, bro.
Okay, I agree.
Listen, bro,
So
I'm gonna
if
be
they can't
honest.
portray it as
talking
well,
about?
right? If they can't portray it as well as they can in DC Superman comics, then we can't assume that they're just suddenly as good.
You might want to mute it up.
Yeah, I'm not, I can't hear shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Get off I-95, Arthur. Get off I-95, nigga.
So there we go. Arthur said it
Yeah.
himself. So they can't portray it as well, so we can't say that
I
he's
didn't
better
say
than
all that now.
You said, I mean, so
I didn't say portray.
maybe
I said we
not
simply
being able to
cannot
hear
see
you.
it. The way Dragon Ball
Okay,
is
so we
on,
can't see it.
fights are sent, like, I really, like, this is, like, just how it goes for the main part. When they do those clashes, we really cannot see what's going on because they're fighting so fast. We wouldn't be able to see it, bro. We can't see
Okay.
it. But I do want to see the
See
pressure.
Superman.
I do want to see the pressure point shit, though, because I remember Master Roshi doing that.
I'm pretty sure Master Roshi does have pressure points. I don't
Yeah,
think
he
it's-
probably has. Yeah, I agree. I
even just said Goku's done it. He did it. He did that in Dragon Ball.
Well, we know Superman has pressure points, they're just in different locations.
Yeah, the reason they don't use them now is because they just move their pressure points away. So there's no point in using them. That's the reason why it's not used as much as you see when they doing it.
So a quick question.
in different areas. Wait, what?
Hold on.
They can move their pressure points around.
So it's on his booty cheek?
Nigga, what?
He's got different anatomy.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, okay.
He's got different anatomy.
Hold on. I got a quick question because I'm not familiar with the martial arts that Superman uses. I know he uses Kryptonian martial arts. Could anyone explain like what they are, what they're called, how does it work?
So yeah, alien martial art that brings you into the theta state, which basically allows you to be. Actually, ironically, it's exactly what Vegeta and Goku are training for right now, which is keeping your body in a relaxed state until the moment that you're about to strike, which is.
So it's just
actually what they're training.
It's an Ultra
for.
Instinct type technique, but not quite
No,
Ultra Instinct.
no, very different. Ultra Instinct is about like automatically dodging. Goku and Vegeta came to the conclusion that the only way they can get stronger at this point, because their bodies have pushed their physical limit, is to get better at controlling their ki and power, which is keeping relaxed until the moment you have to strike. Ironically, that's what Torquoise and Bao and Torquoise and Bao do. They put you in a theta state where you stay relaxed the entire time until right before you're about to strike.
Okay.
That's what they're trying to learn right now.
The first definition of them is Torquam Wow is supposed to be fluid movement in oneness with body, and Torquam Wo is supposed to be oneness with one's mind and one's state of being. So Torquam Wo is the one that allows them to use
That's not it as well. He's also a master of all martial arts, as he was trained directly with Batman. We know everyone Batman's trained has successfully become a master of martial arts, even people like Stephanie Brown. So somehow he's just the greatest teacher in comic book history.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a master of all martial arts as well.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably a really. I don't know why we didn't think about that earlier, but yeah, that's what they're trained to do now, and Superman can already do it. So I guess even in that regard, he's better than them there too.
You also have to keep in mind, like I'm assuming this is absolutely zero powers, right? Are we giving like Superman vision?
No. So the only thing that this is just their knowledge, skill, experience. Who is the better fighter? No power ups, no special abilities, no power.
So you're saying because Kaioken and Ultra Instinct is a technique? Are those usable? Because those are stated to be techniques.
So here's what I would say. This is what I would say. Right? Well, I would say Kaioken, no. Ultra Instinct, the technique, yes. Ultra Instinct, the transformation, no.
W.
Yeah. I fuck with that.
Yeah, I'd be fine with the transformation as long as we equal it out
as well.
To be honest, but that's just me.
Yeah. So we all agree Superman is better at martial arts, right? Sweet. W.
Yeah, I could get down with that. I mean, I think Superman, in his fighting ability, just underrated. I think people dumb it down too much.
I mean, I don't know, but sure, if that's the answer, that's the answer, sure.
Like,
Superman's
always been an underrated fighter. I think people just see, they're too stuck on, his super poweredness instead of, his actual combat ability. I think that's
to be fair, that's probably the media's fault because they keep showing him as a big dumb.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That ends soon. James Gunn just posted a peak picture of what he wanted Superman to be. Maybe so good.
Joy, I'm glad you know the DC comics too, because yes, Superman's definitely a much better fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I just Superman
It's
over
it's
Batman.
just
Like, it's so weird to me because I know that statement about Superman being like a much better lethal threat than like Batman exists, but at the same time, like I don't even think I'd put him in my top like 25 of DC martial artists, which is insane.
martial arts and Dragon Ball. Was
We all know who
conveyed in
number
such a
one
weird
is.
way.
At least we should, because it's the 15-year-old running around with that sword right now.
Stop.
All right, I'm a dip. I gotta start streaming in 25 minutes, so I'm a dip.
Appreciate it.
See you guys.
All right, so you definitely got to put my boy out there. Just to make
Put what
this on that. Andrew, you know me this long. You don't know who my boy is?
Is this nigga Andrew streaming at the gym? I see him on the treadmill right now. Yeah. Okay, boy.
You're getting buff for it. You trying to be like Superman?
It's called multitasking. It's called multitasking.
Hey, no, that's real. That's real though.
Shit, man. But yeah, well, that's good. That's 2 nights in a row that we changed people's minds. Just last night it was about peace, brother. And that was, last night was about Black Panther and Batman being better fighters than DC fighters.
I mean,
maybe tomorrow. Maybe
I mean, on this topic, I was kind of just a neutral party on this topic. I was just trying to gain a little bit of information.
And I'm not gonna lie, that fight right there always, when it comes to those two, any comic talk that I join, I literally, of course, I said, people say, well, we like the peace, we want to keep the peace. I thought, oh, okay then. So who would win in a fight, Batman or Black Panther? And then they all just say, are you fucking serious? They say Batman. And then you have people that say Black Panther. But you have so many feats about Batman doing so and knowing so many like technical like martial arts skills and stuff like that Black Panther doesn't know. I'm like,
Batman would violate T'Challa, and he
I
literally.
personally don't believe that, but if that's what you want to run
Batman would
with, go
literally kill
ahead.
Wakanda and then like colonize Wakanda as
I
well.
don't care what you got to say about Batman.
Whoa,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What did he just say?
He said that nigga would colonize Wakanda. Whoa.
Oh my God.
That shit's literally gonna be called Wayne Conda at the end of the day, bro.
That's crazy.
A bit too much.
That's crazy to say. That's crazy to say.
That's wild.
Who was that?
I don't know if he would do all that. Win the fight, sure. I don't know about the rest though. That's crazy.
Let's play that.
You can't change my mind on that one. That's the only reason is because Black Panther is black, so it don't matter.
Come on, man. Batman's the OG.
You can't change my mind on that. Okay.
Everyone can feel the way they want to feel about this topic. I will never touch it one time ever. You will never see me
You can
comment
try
on
to
this
argue with
matchup.
me. You may be right. It doesn't matter until you prove to me that Batman is black. We ain't fighting.
Wait, but hold on. Are you asking me to prove that Batman's black?
Yeah.
Oh my
Jace
God.
Fox. Jace Fox is black.
I don't know who that is.
His comic issue is literally titled "I Am Batman."
You've never seen the Black Batman?
No, I ain't never seen Batman.
The actual name of his book is "I Am Batman." It's Lucius Fox's son. He was trained by Katana. He went over.
You never heard of Black Batman, bro. Come on now.
No, he's like.
First of all, I don't like
good.
Batman.
Just,
So it doesn't really matter.
Why don't you like Batman?
Just not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of DC, period. That's the difference.
I can get down with that, but I'm gonna head out now, y'all. I'll catch y'all later.
Peace.
I mean, if we're talking about Batman, you know, a person that could give him a run from his money without him wearing a suit would have to be Captain America. But we don't have to talk about that.
No, what the hell?
You said Captain America stands a chance
sucks.
against
You don't
Batman?
love Black Panther.
Yeah, while Batman's not wearing that suit, period.
Not wearing a suit.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
most of Batman's
It's
suits are
completely
like
fair.
what?
It's
Just
completely fair.
suspended. Batman
Yeah, he
barely
was just-
wears armor on his suit, so we really can't. I mean,
Whoa, no.
Now, I'm honestly fine. I'm fine with the idea that to make the fight comparable, we need to keep Cap with all his gear and the shield versus Batman naked. I'm okay.
Why is
with
that comparable?
I'll let that slide.
It don't even
I
matter.
mean-
She was trying to be nice. He still get his butt whooped by Shang-Chi, so we don't care.
Captain America versus Batman, both butt naked. Grease off. Batman's winning every time.
Batman is stomping Captain America. I'm sorry. Like I like Captain America, but he's getting watched by Batman. Easy.
Hey, you see how they didn't argue
Hey,
with
I'm just saying,
Shang-Chi
of course,
right
he
now.
could possibly give him a run for his money. You know, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Listen. It is no way, shape, or form an easy fight. Anyone that says that's an easy fight is bullshitting themselves. But 9 times out of 10, it goes to bats.
But you see how they didn't argue Shang-Chi. That's all.
I think Batman would like low diff Captain America.
Yeah.
Literally, this is how I think the fight's gonna go. He's gonna see that shield is like some type of metal, so he's gonna like throw a magnet on the wall, and either Captain America lets that shield go or like tries to like resist the magnet, and like no matter what he does, Batman's just gonna like blitz him with shotguns and just one shot him and kill him.
There's literally zero
That's
chance
exactly
he
how I
throws
think the fight's
magnets
gonna
in the
go.
standard gear, by the way. I don't care how much he uses them, it makes no sense.
Even if that's the
like
case, why are we just now magically saying that Captain America can't fight?
I mean, Captain
Because
America can fight, but he hasn't shown the level of martial arts that Batman has. He hasn't.
Andrew, I got a really cool comment.
If we're completely
You got
honest,
one.
we see Captain America use that shield more than he throw hands. That's
Hey, Abyss, I'm not gonna ever listen to you. You ride Batman like he the only dude in existence.
I have a question, Joy. Base gear, Captain America. Who wins?
Andrew, you cut off. You cut off.
You did cut out, but you said Damian Wayne, I'm guessing. And I'll kill two birds with one stone.
Base gear.
Damian beats.
What was that?
Damian definitely beats Captain America. I don't even think it's. I think he beats him worse than Batman does. If I'm being honest.
Andrew, you're lagging again.
I'm not lagging.
You're echoing.
Am I lagging?
No, you're echoing.
Yeah, I'm not
Welcome.
Dreamer. It's just
Go
not
on.
happening.
Am I echoing still?
Hey, Abyss, you come up here and say it's disrespect. It's true.
Yo, for people have an echo, please pull down your thing. Your notification window.
See? Oh, we know it's not me and Joy.
I just did.
We know it's not me and Joy.
Is it me?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be you.
Oh,
Is
fuck.
it the host? Oh, that guy Shang-Chi.
I can fix that.
Who was that calling ass? It wasn't Shang. It was Cap. Yeah, Cap's ass. That guy Cap sucks.
Hey, Cap's not ass.
Hold on.
disrespect
Cap
Cap.
is complete trash, man. Don't hate on my boy Cap. Don't hate on Cap.
Without his shield, bro, he was getting cooked by Taskmaster. He needed his shield just to contend, and he still got cooked.
I mean, hold on. You can't do that. You can't. No,
That's
because
like-
Taskmaster can copy any martial arts after seeing it. Like any, no, he can copy anything while saying
It's
it.
not just
Like,
one martial art.
I mean, the only person Taskmaster dodges is Deadpool. You can't do that,
martial
bruh.
arts style in the universe and then fighting you.
Exactly. Literally, Taskmaster master can copy anything.
Damn, bro, it's almost like Deadpool can do the same thing.
When Batman fought his Earth 2 version, he had a very
Wait, Cap
hard
can do
time
the same thing
countering
too, though.
Well,
he's not as good as
I knew
Taskmaster, but he
that.
can do it.
I literally said Captain America.
No.
beat
He can
Taskmaster.
do it, and he has fought people who can do it and won as well. But the difference is Taskmaster does it and he improves it like upon it. Like when we see Bruce do the same thing or fight the same thing, basically just another Taskmaster, which is his Earth 2 self, he has a hard time actually landing any kind of hit. This happened with
What
his
do you
other
mean?
self as well.
When he stole the leopard pillow, he turned it non-lethal within like a day.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he
Look at
can't
him
copy.
perfect.
That's not my argument. It's like even we see a lot of martial artists whenever they go against a style that's exactly like theirs, that's perfectly theirs, they have a hard time as well. It's just the difference is Taskmaster uses your style. He knows it's basically like a quarterback sitting in a playback room, running back plays and knowing everything that you're going to do before you do
Wait,
it.
are you saying?
Wait, but that's what Joy said Batman did though. He took
again,
Lady Shiva's leopard blow, saw it one time, and then improved upon it.
That's
Yeah,
not,
are you?
listen,
Hold on. Are you saying
irrelevant.
that?
That's not what I was saying though.
But it's irrelevant. Captain America's beaten Taskmaster multiple times.
Well,
So what is he?
hold on, are
He
you?
beat
Are
him
you
one
saying?
time.
Whoa,
He beat him one time by just throwing moves out there, and then the next time he fought him, he literally says, "He knows all my moves. I can't beat him."
This dude literally.
Yeah, because he studied all his moves. That's it. It's like somebody studying all of Bruce's moves and then go, okay.
I mean,
When you study all of Bruce's moves and have precog to slow down your perception, Batman still cooks you.
No, I wouldn't say he cooks, but again, even Batman would have trouble with
talking
Taskmaster.
about
We
Prometheus.
see Batman have trouble with himself in Earth 2. And
I'm
it's
talking
literally,
about that guy in Post Crisis. An issue like
no, I'm not talking about post crisis. It's not post crisis. I don't think that's post crisis. I think
One
that's
second. One second. Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Earth 3 Batman or Owlman is not an exact copy of Batman.
That's not.
Earth 3.
See, that's the problem. I wasn't talking about Earth 3. I specifically said Earth number 2.
so which Batman?
Oh, you mean the old Batman? Oh, you mean from fucking New 52?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even if you don't want to take New 52, which I don't know why somebody wouldn't, but you also have what is it called? The Batman Who Laughs, who he had a trouble fighting against until he created Boom Pow or Bam Pow.
Well, yeah, but Batman
That's
always
fine. That's
struggles to
fine.
fight
In
again.
Batman's recent run, he was fighting Zer versions of himself and just like beating the fuck out of them all. Like,
Hey,
Wasn't
look,
that like a
look,
mental
look.
concept?
Hey, look, I got a serious question before you continue. So is this Black Batman a part of the New 52?
No, he's main continuity now.
He's not?
Yeah.
He's
I wasn't even saying like Bruce versus Cap. I was just saying like the same thing that Cap struggled with, which was somebody copying his style and
That
improving
wasn't
it.
it. He's
A lot
talking
of
to
martial artists
What you
struggle.
say?
Jace Fox is
New
my
52, and
continuity.
he's still getting issues out. There's some coming out soon for Jace.
Yeah, that is
So,
true. That is
so
true.
he is New 52. So he's a part of the
Yeah,
New
I'm pretty sure he's Brooklyn's Batman right now.
Yeah.
Oh, of course he's in Brooklyn.
I don't give a fuck.
All right, Dreamer.
All
right.
I've never read one comic book.
Yo, Dreamer, somebody got Dreamer. You gotta stop, bro.
Somebody gotta stop dreaming, man.
Hey, well, I didn't do anything. They did it.
Stop it.
Wait, what?
No, I'm just yapping. I'm just yapping.
Shit, Taz is up here.
Who?
Yo.
What is going on?
Superman is a better fighter than Goku.
Drop a hard ass quote. Drop a hard ass quote right quick.
Yeah, Brooklyn was mentioned. He gonna be
Wait,
doing
I would say somebody like Goku actually uses his style and mixes up his style more often not than somebody like Superman.
Yeah. I want to know why Superman is the better fighter.
Superman uses boxing a lot, but that's about it.
Well, because when we break down styles, because we just covered this, so like to simplify it, when you try to break down martial arts prowess, you can do it three ways: knowledge, application, and inverse application. Goku doesn't have any good inverse application because it's really hard to get Dragon Ball knowledge claims. And then as far as his application, it should be good, but we don't know what he's using. We have no idea how much he knows besides one statement about him having a martial art that's 37th degree, but we don't know what it is. We don't know what it does. So it's really hard to make an argument for Goku being a superior martial artist since the knowledge just isn't there. Where Superman
I found with martial art
everything Batman knows, or he did know everything Batman knows. Obviously, Batman learns more. And then he has the Kryptonian styles that he just learned and the ones prior that he learned.
I mean, but I don't think learning more styles makes you a better fighter.
Well, yeah, so we can, like, again, dive into, like, actually application and talk about him fighting clones of Batman or other Earth's versions of Batman under a red sun, which, like, normally a red sun doesn't take his powers away, but in this issue, it's very clear it does, because they tell you, like, oh, let me even the fight. So the narrative implication, the writer just made him have a worse weakness to a red sun. It was just a narrative implication moment to show Batman's martial arts, and we've seen that as well. So his application is really good. His knowledge is very good, and his inverse knowledge is very, very good.
Yeah, I think all his knowledge is inverse.
I'm just happy that over the past two lives, I've been able to convince people that Superman, Batman, and Black Panther are all better fighters than Goku. That's a good feeling.
You understand, but do you understand like at least why like people think Goku's a better fighter?
Oh, I totally understand. And listen, I'm not saying Goku's a bad fighter by any means. He's a phenomenal fighter. I just think that when you do a comparison between the two verses and what statements, feats, and fights have shown, like, I have a hard... one of my biggest things is that Goku never defeated people via skill or technique alone. He usually has to defeat it versus, like, powering up or somehow getting some transformation. Batman has been able to defeat people that are scaled higher than him. Let's say Solomon Grundy utilizing skill, no tech, no nothing, or Supergirl, or utilizing it.
And long story short,
hold on.
with all due respect, with all due respect,
Black Panther is Black Panther is another one. Black Panther has
the
also
reason why
been
I say
able
it's
to
not a
defeat
knock on
people.
Goku though when you say that is because if you have a character like if they specifically say okay if this character hits power level of 500,000 and you're only at 100,000, you legitimately cannot affect this character.
Yeah, you can't even use
They
it.
fixed that in the
But
manga.
here, oh no,
No,
that makes sense.
I'm
Listen,
just using
I
it.
get
I'm just using an
no,
example. I'm not saying that that's how
I
it is.
know,
I'm saying,
no,
just
no.
saying, if you're this much higher than me, I can't affect you. It doesn't
I'm
matter how
not
much
knocking
martial arts I
on.
want.
No. I know, but I'm not knocking on Goku. What I'm saying is this, right? I'm going to use another example. Supergirl outclasses Batman in every physical category by an astronomical level. We can all agree upon that.
But
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm
Batman
not
was
listening to
able,
that.
that's true, but it's
and
not
Bat,
stated that they can't be affected.
but okay,
Well,
again,
that's not 100% true with Dragon Ball either.
Supergirl is bulletproof and can take high intensity missiles, and Batman has been able to take her down with one move. Again, utilize his skill with technique from a fighting style to be able to defeat her. This is what I'm
Right.
saying about Goku. Goku has not used skill or technique to defeat his upper tier opponents. He has tried. Like I think the best example of him trying is Hit, because he found like using his knowledge to try to figure out a way around Hit's like fucking time skip. But at the end of the day, what did he do? He fucking went Kaioken Blue. So
Well, he just got as strong as him, and then he just also started
yeah,
freezing time around him. Yeah.
because
That is true.
here's the thing about Dragon Ball, and this is like a rule their fucking world. If you're strong enough or stronger than someone else, it negates what they're basically able to do. You're able to overcome it through sheer power. So there's no real need to become to utilize your skill. If you know if you can just become more powerful, that's all you need. And I'm not knocking for that. Like if that's the win con and that's the easier win con, then do it. Because Batman or Black Panther don't have the ability to power up like that, their ability to have to use their skill makes them inherently more skilled fighters.
And then I think even apart from
I can
that,
get, I can, nah, I can
Wait,
give
what
them
did he
that.
say? Wait,
Nah,
what
I can
makes them
give
more
them that.
skilled fighters?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you at least it all.
them using, he's just saying them using their skills on someone who's bigger, faster, stronger in every metric and beating them just because of skill, but not because of like
Well, I'm not supposed to
strength
go in there.
advantage, shows the advancement in skill where you can't show that same advancement in skill in Dragon Ball just because the way it's written.
Oh
Yeah,
no, you
that's the
can,
hindrance on. That's the
And
hindrance of the
also going
verse.
back, piggyback
but you
off of
can
that,
do
Where
of
that.
do you
course,
think you
if you
can,
look about
HRV?
it, they're both are really good. They're
I
good, but
mean,
again, of
Cell
course,
was
Goku is pretty much
stronger
more
than
like
Goku the
more so,
entire
of course, like a
time,
loser
but they
when
was
I'm about to
still
go against
throwing hands,
Goku.
and he was still
So I
keeping
would
up
say
with
going
him.
against like Black Panther and then like Superman and then whatchamacallit, long story short, of course, Goku, of course, he's good, but he ain't all that because he can't be Black Panther, he can't be Superman nor Batman.
No, just in
I think, I
technical
think,
skill, he
Hold on,
can.
Joe.
I
Hold on,
mean,
Joe. Hold on,
I think there's
HR.
also
Hold
other
on, hold
reasons as
on.
to why like a Black Panther can keep up with like stronger versions of themselves. I don't think it's
Yeah,
always skill. I
My,
but
think it's
hold on.
also like heavily
Wait, hold
one
on,
tech
hold on, hold on,
reliant,
hold
and I
on, hold
think he
on, hold
may
on.
have
Going back
more
to Dragon
agility than
Ball. Go back to
someone like
Dragon
who's
Ball.
stronger.
Guys,
Hold on,
one at a
HR.
time,
Hold on, HR. So,
one at a
Andrew,
time.
this is what I'm gonna say. Going back to Dragon Ball, this is what I was talking about. It was he had to do that. Like he had to use it. The only reason that he beat Demon King Piccolo, who was stronger, faster, and everything than him, was because he had to use his techniques and stuff to fight him.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
get
just
it.
saying.
But
He has showings of that stuff. It's just
Yeah,
they
no.
but
set that
how
rule.
skilled is Demon
Dreamer,
King
Dreamer,
Piccolo?
you and I agree on that. What I'm saying is this: is that since okay, and this is why I excluded Dragon Ball, and people got really upset about it. Goku recently, how Goku fights now, the Goku that is current does not utilize his skill like that anymore. It's like if I was a southpaw boxer, or better yet, imagine if I went into UFC and I started off striking, right? And then I was somewhat successful, and then I became world heavyweight champion by grappling. Would you measure me based off what I'm doing currently as a grappler, or would you measure me on how good I was as a striker beforehand? If I haven't used striking in years and I've utilized grappling more, I focus more on the grappling. So that's why I focus more on Goku now. Since Z, whether it's fighting Vegeta the first time, whether it's fighting Frieza, whether it's fighting Cell, whether it's fighting Boo, whether it's fighting Beerus, so on and so forth, he has to have a power up to beat them. When he
That's
faces an
not
opponent,
necessarily true.
when he faces an opponent that is stronger than him, right? When he fought Raccoon, he owned him because he was stronger than Raccoon. When he fought Nappa, he owned him because he was stronger than Nappa. But when someone is stronger than him, he almost always, if not I think always, has to power up. When he fought Frieza the first time, what did he do to get the edge? He went Super Saiyan. When he fought Vegeta the first time in their beam struggle, what did he do? Kaioken. Actually, he fucking Kaioken throughout the whole entire fight. When he fought Cell, he knew he was not powerful enough, and he could not get more powerful, so he couldn't beat him. When he fought Boo, he could not defeat him because he could not acquire the power necessary to defeat him. Remember, he was trying to power back up to Super Saiyan 3, which just wasn't working. His body wasn't used to it.
He did power
No.
up
He did go to
against
Super
Cell
Saiyan
too,
3,
'cause
but
he
it wouldn't have helped.
charged
The whole point, the whole reason he couldn't beat Boo is a separate issue.
Well,
Yeah,
I think we're ignoring that. Like, if we're talking about, especially currently, like the whole point of him learning Ultra Instinct was so that he can fight stronger people with skill. Like, that's what Ultra Instinct is. If you look at the manga, like he uses Ultra Instinct to fight Jiren, somebody who is already stronger than him. He uses Ultra Instinct to fight
And it
Moro,
wasn't
somebody
working.
who is stronger than him. He uses
Could I
Ultra Instinct
do-
to fight Mirror, somebody who is stronger than him, and they're drastically stronger than him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay, but
But,
hold on.
hold on.
You have to put context into the table there because yes, he used it against Jiren. Did he outskill Jiren? No. How did he beat Jiren?
Yes,
It stated
multiple times
directly.
with Ultra
But
Instinct.
you're
Yes.
bringing up the manga, right? So when he used his Ultra Instinct wasn't perfect against Jiren, like for sure it wasn't.
But
it's
he was
also,
outskilling him.
It's also important to remember that the way they beat Jiren was attacking him in the delay built up to his power set, where he's basically frozen for 1/100th of a second, and they just abused him then, and then they jumped him. So he
But
didn't
I don't
outskill Jiren.
think-
He was getting beat up by Jiren until he figured out what Jiren's one weakness
But
was.
I don't think like you got to realize, like, you're saying, oh well, these people have never beaten people above themselves with like skill. That happened a lot actually in Dragon Ball. The reason why you don't see it, the reason why you don't see it
Please
now
don't do
in
this.
Dragon Ball Z,
You're
is
gonna just
specifically-
overwhelm me with points right now. I want to
No,
cover
I'm
the
not
three matchups
overwhelming
you
you.
brought up, and then after we cover those, we can move back to Dragon Ball.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Could I
So-
say, well, before, well,
So if you so
before you,
so I
before
think
you, before you guys
Okay.
get going, can I just say one thing? And I don't mean to interrupt you, but
Yeah,
it's a
go
thought that I wanted to say, and then we kind of went off this tangent.
Yeah, sounds
When
good.
I think of martial artists in comic books, video games, movies, manga, so on and so forth, I have to look at how important the martial art is to what makes them as a fighter, right? So, for example, Wolverine is a phenomenal martial artist, but his martial arts is not integral to his fighting. It supplements him fighting because he utilizes his claws, his healing factor, his powers, right? Same thing with Black Panther. Black Panther is an amazing fighter, but his martial arts is more of a supplement to his vibranium armor, his anti-metal claws, his energy dagger, so on and so forth. It supplements his fighting style with his equipment, right? When I look at someone like Batman, Batman's fighting style is pure combat. Sure, he uses gear, but it's not to the level of like Black Panther, who like augments him to a ridiculous degree. Batman relies heavily on his skill, and I apply the thought process to the latter, or no, the former, to Goku. Goku supplements his power-ups, his ki, his various different transformations with his martial arts. Because as we see throughout Dragon Ball, it is a story about powering up and becoming stronger. Frieza is not a particularly well-trained person before he went Golden Frieza, but he was powerful because he could transform. So that's why that's what I'm saying, right? Goku is a great martial artist, but it is a secondary thing to his powering up and him becoming stronger and him transforming. Those are his primary movements of locomotion to get over his opponents. I'll stop there.
I would say yeah, but that's also fundamentally like how, because of how big the power gaps are within the verse. Like for an example, like Jiren versus Goku, like the man could literally eye diff him. It's the equivalent to like Sentry versus like a Black Panther without a suit, right? Like he's gonna need some type of power up to supplement that to get over him if he actually wants to defeat him. Not just like put up a fight like we see like Batman, Iron Fist, Black Panther, like put up a fight against these characters, and then we're like, okay, well, you know, that's cool, so they should skill high in martial arts because they were at least able to put up. No, he's trying to outright defeat him without any like technology or some shit, just straight up overpower him. So I think it's kind of like different. I think it is kind of different, though. If you want to like get it to similar grounds, there are times where he actually uses his martial arts to fend off somebody who's stronger than him.
HR3, you just said the point that
I do want to cover those quick, Andrew, if I can, though, because there's a few.
Can I just say one more thing and then I'll stop talking?
Yeah.
Okay, HR3, you said exactly what I've been trying to say. It is a different universe. how they approach opponents that are stronger than them is different. In Dragon Ball, they have to power up because that is how they close the gap. In something like with Batman or Black Panther, they don't power up. They close the gap against an astronomically stronger, faster, more durable opponent that should blink them out of existence by utilizing their intellect and skill. That's what I'm saying. The worlds aren't one to one. I'm not trying to like measure them into each other. I'm saying because of the nature of the world, that is what they have to do in Dragon Ball. But in DC or Marvel, their answer is to simply outskill them. But go ahead, Joy. I'm sorry.
So just in Super, the idea of Goku like outskilling or fending off stronger characters with his skill just isn't true as far as the manga goes. The manga makes it a really clear point that Jiren was outskilling Goku dramatically, but after Jiren used big attacks, he was frozen in place, and Goku was able to take advantage of those. I think Goku's stronger than Jiren now, so it'd be a different fight. But then we can move into Hit, who same type of thing. Hit's dramatically outskilling Goku. Goku powers up, and then he's now able to freeze time with Hit, and Hit's ability doesn't work directly on Goku to freeze him anymore. So they're the only two people able to move. They fight each other. Goku outskills him, but not by like overwhelming a stronger opponent, by being equal and then outskilling him. Then we can move into Granola, who outskilled Goku the entire time until Goku powered up. And then we can move into Gas, most recently, with Goku's most perfect form of MUI, who is getting dramatically outskilled by Gas the entire time. We have Ultra Ego Vegeta.
No, not an Ultra Instinct.
The more he gets beat up,
if we're going to talk about bombarding points, this is bombarding points.
What?
If we're going to talk about bombarding points, this is a bombarding point.
No, I know, but you brought up these three names before, and because I couldn't stop you and have you one at a
what I
time,
did was just say, okay, here's the things that we can go over.
But you named these people directly, putting them into the atmosphere for them to have to be defeated.
So let's
which
go
means
over them
now
one
I have
by
to
one.
defeat them all at once. We could go one by one. Happily.
So if we go with Jiren, if you want to talk about like how he was defeated, fine, but you also got to acknowledge, which you have acknowledged, that was like an unfinished Ultra Instinct. So the only time where he actually defeated him and had to use like a power up type instance was when Ultra Instinct ran out, which is why I specified in the form Ultra Instinct himself, he was actually outskilling Jiren, was he not?
He wasn't. No, he was getting beat up by that Jiren. He was just evading some attacks. It was like wasn't it like 5 out of 6 attacks he evaded every time?
He evaded quite literally most of the majority of his attacks.
Well, 5 out of 6 would be majority.
Right. So I just want to say, like, we see times where somebody like Goku has been able to outskill or at least keep up with somebody who's drastically stronger than him with his skill. Now in Dragon Ball, it works as if you have a drastic amount of ki over somebody, most of your attacks won't even damage the other person. So it doesn't matter what skill you use. As for the hit shit, the reason why he didn't do it via hacks was for the same reason Batman doesn't try to approach somebody who can stop time with martial arts. Is because that's not a situation where you approach it with martial arts. So let's not use that.
Which is why I was wondering why you brought up Hit in the first place.
I didn't bring up Hit. I brought up Mirrors. I brought up everybody but Hit. I said Moros. I said Moros. I said Mirrors, and I said Jiren.
You think he outskilled Moros?
Yes, when he went Ultra Instinct. It happened. It's not what I think. It happened.
No, but outskilled means perform better.
No, because at the end of the day, in order to overwhelmingly kill this immortal being who can constantly regenerate, yes, he has to bring up like a giant key fucking avatar in order to defeat him. I'm saying like a lot of these applications that we're bringing up, like Hit, for an example, with hacks. Not even Bruce, I think, would resort to like defeating somebody with martial arts who has like hacks like that, time stop. Somebody like Moros, the literal planet itself. I don't think you're gonna beat the literal planet itself with hack. Like you have to use hacks to defeat him. But I'm saying there are instances within this fight.
I'm saying there are instances. I'm saying though, right? And Andrew's saying where we're saying that he doesn't have this overwhelming skill that makes up for the gap. Not that this alone makes him a worse fighter, but just that he doesn't have the overwhelming skill that these other characters have. And like I said, to take it all the way back,
the other characters are also skilled, right? Like that's what we have to acknowledge. They're also skilled. But I think that should speak
more to his capability. They're not skilled. The fact that I'm just saying they don't have the application feats to argue they're more skilled. Just because, again, to preface my original stance, their book, like Dragon Ball, is just not written in a way that suffices the scaling necessary to be a DC character of that tier in inverse.
Okay, so in inverse, I don't think you'd have to like go by
No, in martial arts. I didn't mean
all I'm defending is the fact that I think they have
martial.
actually fought people who are above them, who are massively above them in skill, and actually kept up. The reason why we don't defeat them in skill, like I already said, Moros, Jiren with Ultra Instinct, Miris and Goku in the time chamber.
I agree that he kept up with Moros for the most part. I wouldn't say he outskilled him, which was the original stance I had a problem with. He kept up with Moros more. In terms of Jiren, I don't think there was ever a point where he kept up with Jiren. I think there was a point where UI was giving him all he needed to keep up, meaning UI was doing the entirety of the skill by its passive dodging, which is why the second UI wasn't perfect, he failed. Meaning he needed
the passive dodging is part of his skill. Like would you like discredit that from his skill?
That's what the Ultra Instinct is. The dodging.
Yeah, it's like a little skill. Like,
because the thing is, we said Goku was using the skill, the technique wrong.
Yeah,
because Goku was using the technique as a form. It's not supposed to be used as a form.
Here's the thing, though. Are you saying Master Ultra Instinct is a skill-based situation with Jiren?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
like him dodging it and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only thing I would argue is that we know, at least at that point, Master Ultra Instinct was a transformation, so a power-up, which allowed him access to Master Ultra Instinct without having to master the technique, right? So when we see him dodging those attacks, some of the time that motherfucker's just walking at brisk pace, and he's just going fast enough to move out of the way. So, like, you would have to equate, is Goku walking at a brisk pace skill, or is that just him being overwhelmingly faster and utilizing Ultra Instinct along with the transformation?
Well, in the manga, like, I know in the anime it was like a power-up, but in the manga it was more so like this is
only.
No, it's a power-up in the manga.
People thought it was like a nerf in the manga because it was relying more on the skill rather than unlike in the anime.
No, it wasn't. I've only read the Dragon Ball Super manga.
Forever since I read fucking Tournament of Power.
If anything, he performs worse.
Like they emphasized this multiple times that it's like the technique that pretty much doesn't allow you to get hit. Like they tried to distinguish it itself from it being power related.
No, but they don't distinguish it. It's shown as a transformation, which is why I think it's really interesting. Because of the dialect, it makes it seem different. Because one, it's shown as a transformation, and then two, they elaborate that still the only reason it's working as well as it's working is because Jiren has this built-in cooldown. And that's the only reason he's able to land hits on Jiren. So, like, him being able to have...
Wait, what did you say about Jiren being on a
cooldown? Which is why I don't know why you're using
Wait, you said Jiren was on a cooldown?
So at the end of the manga, before they jumped Jiren, they explained that MUI, when he was in MUI, the way he's able to hit Jiren is because after big attacks from Jiren, he's essentially like on a miniature cooldown, which Goku was abusing. It's why when he's in MUI and swinging, Jiren's still crazy evading him, and Goku's crazy evading Jiren, until Goku figures it out and starts to counter Jiren. And then they jump Jiren when they can.
How did he counter Jiren?
Because when Jiren does a big attack, he's momentarily stopped and can't defend himself.
Okay, so is that not skill related? Did you not just explain what skill is? Did you not just explain what skill is? Figuring out.
No, that's not skill. So, for example, if Abyss ran in front of a truck and they slammed on the brakes and he dodged the truck, right? He walked out of the way. Would you say that like Abyss is fast enough to dodge a truck? Or would you just say that like, oh, the truck stopped, it had a weakness being the brakes, so it couldn't stop Abyss?
Did Jiren stop, or did he just find a flaw in his skill and his technique and he exploited it?
Oh, you can argue it for like intuitive combat IQ, but it's not outskilling someone. When someone
how do you outskill somebody? Let's say two people have like learned the same shit, went to the same training, went to the same boxing club, got the same training. How do you then outskill the other person? Is it not with battle IQ?
I mean, it's not inherently, no. I could know someone is, this doesn't make sense if I use me as an analogy. Let's say I'm throwing, or Abyss is throwing right hooks at me, right? Like obviously, we're taking a different version of me. I'm probably like 6 or something to make this analogy make sense. So Abyss is throwing right hooks at me. I know every time he's throwing a right hook, but I can't physically get out of the way and land a counter. Your IQ being able to notice something doesn't dictate skill, dependent on the circumstance that resides. So if you say, "Oh, Abyss is throwing a right hook," I'm going to slip it, and then I'm going to land an uppercut, right? Because his arm's going to be overextended, his chin's going to be down. He's trying to hit a 7-year-old me, and he just can't, right? So ultimately, like that's how you dictate skill out of combat IQ. But if Abyss threw a right hook and then his shoulder popped out of socket every time he did it, and he couldn't defend himself, and I started hitting him, it wouldn't make me more skilled. It would make me exploitive of a weakness, which is purely combat IQ and not relying on skill.
Okay, so from what it sounds like to me is like I'm lining that up exactly with the Jiren situation. He's just saying Jiren has like a bit of like he gets a little slower after doing a big attack, but that's like
nope, that's not what they say. They say Jiren can't defend himself after a big attack, specifically. So not a little slower. That's really nice language to use for that.
So what do you mean? So after a big attack, after somebody goes to punch, there's always a temporary moment where they can't defend themselves. That's just everything.
If someone lost
counter
legs,
someone,
would you say they're a slow runner, or would you say they can't run?
What did you say?
If there was someone without legs, would you call them a slow runner?
I think that's extreme false equivalence because it's not like Jiren is heavily nerfed.
Can't move after a
because
big attack,
it's not that Jiren. It's not like Jiren's heavily nerfed. It's just for an example, when you throw a jab, you're exposing yourself. You can't defend yourself in that time frame of you throwing the jab.
But it's not in the time frame. It's after the time frame that he's permanently stopped. Again, you're using a bunch of false equivalences.
Are you talking about hits time skip?
That he can't move after using the attack because that's how the manga.
Are you talking about hits time skip?
No, I'm talking about Jiren using it. You did read the manga, right? This is stated that like this is
bro,
a big
I'm anime only, bro. I'm gonna keep it above. I'm anime only.
I don't blame you guys. He's telling me he read the manga. I read the manga. This is a huge statement in the manga. It's the reason why people still to this day argue that Jiren was much stronger than that Goku and that he's comparable to Goku now is because Jiren had one fundamental flaw which he couldn't move. Was slow after, not slowed down.
I'm gonna need to see this. I'm gonna need to see this like couldn't move statement. Maybe
you're just gonna have to reread the manga. Like,
do you know what manga like chapter you're talking about?
Yeah, it's during the Jiren fight. It's at the end of it. So like right at the end, right
like literally at the end. No, hold on. Let me go look at this.
The thing is, the anime Goku is massively stronger than the manga Goku, and then they have different statements. So like the stuff y'all arguing about, I can't pitch in because
I understand.
They're completely different.
Oh yeah, no, the Jiren fight in the anime is way closer on Goku's side. If I was arguing skill for Goku, I would just say the Super is more canon or the Super anime is more canon because it probably is. The Super manga is like really vague canonicity, but HR3 wants to use the manga, and I've only read the manga. I've like watched the Jiren fight.
Okay, all right. So what I was gonna say, another thing about like how, cause this isn't for Goku, but Master Roshi with his with Master Roshi's skill, he was able to keep up with Jiren's speed. While Jiren was throwing attacks at him, Master Roshi was able to dodge.
That just is absurd. That's like the best argument you've provided. That's just nuts. I'm not even gonna lie. That's just crazy. I just said that's crazy. Like it's absolutely nuts that he did that. I didn't watch it, so I can't confirm or deny. I did not see that part of the anime.
It was when Master Roshi was fighting Jiren. Master Roshi with his skill, he was able to keep up and dodge Jiren.
Yeah, it was because that was in the manga. Master Roshi was using like his own pseudo.
I don't know the manga, but it's an anime.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is. It is an anime. Yeah, Master Roshi versus Jiren. He was able to keep up and dodge Jiren. Look it up on YouTube.
No, that was in. I'm pretty sure that's.
It's an anime.
Only. No, I'll take a look.
I'm trying to find the chapter so I can pull up the statement for HR3 in case you can't find it. Because I know it's in there, but I haven't read it in a minute. Because I read it when it came out. Does anyone in chat by any chance know the chapter of Jiren versus?
Nah, I'm not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Do you know? Do you know
Also,
who made this statement?
made what
It's
statement?
a It's a writer statement. I believe it's a writer statement. I'm trying to find the. Do you know a chapter to start on? Because I'll find it with you. It got brought up to me. The only reason I'm bringing it up again is because it got brought up to me not even like 3 weeks ago. Because one of my friends is reading Tournament of Power.
Also, I figured out what technique Goku uses and what it's used for.
What is it?
Called the Turtle Hermit style, and the martial arts is surrounded. Is like it's based around endurance and strength. The Turtle Hermit style.
Yeah, that's Roshi's style of combat.
Sorry. That's kind of interesting in equal stats martial arts because it's like, what does that? Does it buff him or no? Am I like? I don't know if it would buff him or not.
Oh, that's what I thought. Thank you, Ice Bear.
We often share.
I don't know if the I don't know if the
excess energy summon. Oh, sorry. Jiren says it. HR3. I have it. He says attacks that exploit weaknesses are not true strength. That's what Jiren says when Goku lands the hit.
Okay, so what does that prove? That doesn't sound like what
No,
you were
because
saying.
it shows Jiren being exploited and left in place after using the same move, and then Jiren says the thing about exploiting attack. Like, what would you interpret that as, then?
Okay, so I interpret that as nothing less than if somebody was in the middle of their jab, you just dodge out of the way and then you're able to hit them.
Okay, so how would you put that in space with the picture that Jiren does it and then gets frozen and then Goku lands the punch?
He's not frozen. That's just a still picture frame because we're reading still pictures.
No, but like you can see, like go to the page, you can see it.
Okay, are you talking about the same page where he makes the statement?
Yeah, attacks that exploit openings are not true strength. Because that's how it's been. I mean, I've never heard anyone interpret this any differently than that.
Joe, you heard me?
What?
I said it's also in the manga. Roshi being able to keep up with Jiren.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's also in the manga.
Yeah, how did I miss that? I must have just laughed. I'll pull that up too because I just got the statement I needed. Yeah, he just does dodge him. That's
you know the chapter.
And I just literally clicked off of it. It's literally right at the end of the Jiren fight. Why can't I find this? Hold on. Oh yeah, Roshi just straight up does like dodge. He dodges him and then he blocks him.
Roshi's just better for real. He might just be him.
Yeah, it's nuts. Because he just says it's just the sound effect is just a whiff. It's only in the manga apparently.
There we go. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah. There you go, Andrew.
Okay.
Oh,
sorry about that.
At this time, Roshi was using the pseudo UI technique. He was trying to apply Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, that was the same thing we had said.
Yeah. So it says Roshi employed a similar technique to Ultra Instinct against Jiren, a resemblance yet still a far cry from the technique. Beerus says, "That's so. No way that old could master it. Still, with his age, has come great wisdom and its simple principle." So yeah, he doesn't actually have UI, but he was able to use it just to tap in enough to dodge one attack and block the second. How he blocked it is beyond me. Without like,
I be telling you, bro. Master Roshi be holding back. Master Roshi be holding back on everybody.
He might just be strong because like blocking a Jiren attack. Oh no, Jiren blocks his elbow. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. That's like super interesting to me.
Vegeta also tried to do the same exact thing Master Roshi did by dodging Jiren's attacks and then getting landing a hit on him.
Yeah, well, what Vegeta did is he memorized Jiren's fucking movements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's
which
how I
is
interpret it.
another.
I just think because like he's in the middle of his attack, and because like Goku's Ultra Instinct makes him instinctively dodge, he's able to like like consciously actually attack in the middle of Jiren punching, which
Yeah,
is
but
just skill.
why would that be a weakness?
Okay.
It's the reason why it's a weakness is because he's exploiting when he can't actually like fight back. Okay, when he's in the middle of a jab.
Wait, doesn't in chapter 38? Hold on.
It's chapter 40, 41.
No, I'm trying to check chapter 38 quick because I'm pretty sure Vegeta does something. That's surrounded around this, and that's how the readers were supposed to get the idea. It's really going to tell me I have to join to read right now. I'm not about to sign in. Okay. Here we go. So halfway getting slammed. The Roshi dodge happens on 38. Yeah, okay, so where does Vegeta land the hit? Because here's Jiren, like, blitzing Frieza. Does Vegeta not land a hit on Jiren? I really thought he did.
He does in anime. I don't know about the manga, but in the anime, he does.
Yeah, I think in the... I swear he landed a hit on him in the anime.
Oh, in the anime, yeah. In the anime, I'm not sure about the manga, but he landed a hit in the anime. And then right after that, he got blitzed. They doing my boy Vegeta wrong. He got one hit in and then got blitzed right after.
Yeah, okay, that is what happens. Yeah, so he kicks him in his head, and then he says, what does Jiren say? Hold on. He says something about Vegeta using a UI-like technique. And Vegeta says, I had no master and I have no memories of teaching me basics. No, I'm a prodigy forged by the soul of training. Such a move does not suit me. The notion of being taught anything by anyone even. Then he gets taught by someone, but...
Yeah, the shit is literally just Goku and Roshi. Like that's the whole concept of it. Like fighting stronger characters
I think,
with Ultra Instinct.
What can you call Master Roshi's? Because okay, so Master Roshi's technique, his fighting style, the turtle style, is based off strength and endurance. I'm wondering, does it give a power imp? Because when Master Roshi, he gets buff. He has a little thing where he gets super buff.
Are you talking about when he goes into his buff form?
Yeah, when he goes, is that because of his technique, or is that something he can just do? That's
probably like technique. That's probably like some weird fictional technique. But aside from that, like the whole concept of Ultra Instinct is again, it's like what Roshi showed. I think that was supposed to be like an example. And funny enough, that wasn't even close to. That wasn't even close to like a peak Ultra Instinct according to Whis. So, with Ultra Instinct supposing to be like the pure idea of what Roshi was trying to do, it's literally just using your skill to fight stronger characters.
Yeah, Ultra Instinct lets him, or the Ultra Instinct, like the trash version that Roshi does, lets him dodge Jiren, which is still what I've always agreed to. I think Ultra Instinct makes you like a extremely exceptional defensive fighter. I have literally no problem with that. It's of course who is the better fighter, Superman or Goku. I think ultimately, I think Ultra Instinct makes you a great defensive fighter. I just don't think it's I don't think it's an extrapolation of skills since it's an auto dodge mechanic.
The thing is, the problem with Ultra Instinct is if you're faster than Ultra Instinct, you can still hit that person. If you're faster, you can hit them.
Yeah, you can, but we're talking about skill. Now, if you want to say like Superman is a better fighter, I think there's a lot of. He's a comic character at the end of the day. You can pretty much get him anywhere. But I do feel like you could get him there, but if the argument is because he fights stronger characters with it, then no, I don't. I don't think so.
necessarily fight stronger characters. It's that he
Like
fights
yeah,
more
stronger
skilled,
characters with skill or something. Yeah.
well, more skilled characters
Who's the
on
most skilled
equal
character?
footing. The Batman, the Universe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 Batmans.
He fought Batman.
He fought the alternate versions of Batman inside of a Red Sun
The
room.
Batman slams. I'm gonna just say.
Oh, inside of a red set.
Yeah, and
I'm not
The
sure. I think in
Batman
order
slams.
to get like a proper gauge on like Goku's skill, we'd probably have to go back to Dragon Ball. To be fair, I didn't watch Dragon Ball, so I can't really say. I just know there's probably
yeah,
similar statement in there.
we talked about Dragon Ball. I mean, there's stuff there. It's just hard. But my phone
You
died. I have
versus
to go,
the
guys, 'cause my
Batman.
phone-
Who winning?
I will catch you.
Who?
Me versus
You
what?
versus the Batman. Who's winning?
You versus Batman?
Me.
Yeah, you versus Batman. Who's winning?
Yeah, I've been said I think Superman is a better fighter than somebody like Goku. So, but I disagreed with the fact that Goku hasn't fought anybody above him based off his skill, which is what he does 99%. Now, has he beaten anybody based off just his skill? No, because
No,
a lot
that's
of the people
that's the ultimate argument. Is that he's always using skill. It's just that the win condition that gets him the victory, along with the skill, is the transformation or something.
Yeah, if you want to go off of him winning like against people just off skill, I'd probably go back to Dragon Ball. But I think the whole idea with Toriyama was, okay, let's just introduce martial artists in Dragon Ball. But now you have threats that you can no longer just be with martial arts like aliens and things like that in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Makes sense. But I am going to end the live because I have to go get Halloween shit for tomorrow for my kids.
Halloween
But
shit. Dope.
yeah, I appreciate everyone coming up. Thank you very much. I know we all talked a little bit over each other, but I think it was a great conversation, and I'm going to try to do some of these more often. So have a good night, guys.
All right. Good night.